Good morning, all of you. Dignitaries on the dais, our chief guest, Sri Kiran Kumar Garu, Commissioner, Food and Civil Supplies, Consumer Affairs, my good friend and the devoted consumer activist, a former member of District Consumer Forum, Dr. P.V.S. Murthy Garu, the rector of this university, Professor Chancellor Garu, the registrar of the university, Professor Ramiredi Garu, the principal of College of Arts and Science, Krishna University, Dr. Maruti Garu, the head of the Department of Commerce and Management, Shivashankar Prasad Garu, the other dignitaries, Babu Reddy Garu, Sanjana Garu, Navina and other faculty members present here, and my dear student friends. It is indeed a very important occasion to have the key person in the state to deal with consumer affairs amongst us, to share his views and also plans to promote consumer awareness and to protect the interests of the consumers. All of us are consumers, and I don't know how many of you are really got sensitized of the kind of problems you are facing or the consumers are facing. Right from the beginning of the business enterprise or a business process, the philosophy of the business is to exploit the opportunities to the fullest possible extent. The opportunities the business people see when there is a gap between demand and supply. If it is a natural gap, that is one thing. Sometimes they also create a gap between demand and supply. There they will take the advantage of exploiting the opportunity more than what is required. The second important opportunity is the ignorance of the consumers. If the consumers are unaware of what they deserve, the businessman will take the advantage and try to exploit. So this philosophy or attitude of the business was identified not now, since the Vedic ages. There, at that time also, there were certain laws or rules restricting the traders and businessmen not to indulge in unfair practices. And if they are found indulging in any unfair practice, the punishments are also were described in that. So that means there was an attempt to protect the interests of the consumers, because consumers are large in number across the society, with majority of them are not having adequate or full information to know whether they are getting exploited or not. Then the administration or the machinery that is there in the governance, they have to take the responsibility of protecting the interests of the consumers. And so many acts and laws were passed, maybe running into around 27 to 30 acts are there before 1986, when for the first time the Consumer Protection Act was passed by the Parliament and came into existence. Before that, there was so many developments took place in the country and the world also. Maybe United States of America took a lead in promoting the consumer interests. And John F. Kennedy, he recognized the importance of consumer protection and he announced 4 rights to the consumers. That was the first statement in the world. First time the consumer rights were described and communicated to the world. And then in India also, so many attempts were done. Maybe Mahatma Gandhi gave a momentum to the thought process of consumer protection. Every opportunity that he got it in the freedom movement, he tried to protect the consumer interests. And he said to the business, the consumer is an important visitor to your premises, to our premises, he said. So, he has to be respected. He should not be considered as a disruption, and every businessman should identify him as a purpose for their existence. It is not the businessman who is offering services to the consumer, but they should recognize that the consumer is giving an opportunity to serve them. So that is the message the Mahatma Gandhi gave to the business to influence their attitude towards the consumer. Businessman attitude towards the consumer, making the consumer at the prime position. In marketing management, we say consumer is king. To condition the minds of the traders and producers that you should always respect consumer. But the exploitation in different means is happening. There are 9 housewives in Maharashtra. They are commuting on the local train. They discussed, they found that black marketing is going on, food adulteration is going on. So why can't we raise the voice? That was the beginning of organized consumer movement in the country. 9 housewives started it. Consumer Guidance Society of India they have formed. They have raised the voice. They have influenced the policy makers, governance, and could able to achieve it. And after that, there is one person called Manu Bhai Shah. He started Consumer Education and Research Center, CARC at Ahmedabad. How we can use the legal platform to fight against the exploitations by the business. How we can protect the consumers from the inferior products, spurious products which are hazardous to the health of the people. So he has established, myself and Murthy Garu went and stayed there for 3 days while he was doing research on consumer protection. And we have interviewed Manu Bhai Shah and all the activities that they have been doing. They have a legal cell, they have the laboratories to test, and they have identified, say, even the water bottles which used to campaign as mineral water. They found that mineral element is not there, that is only a water. And because of them, that mineral is taken back. Right? So like that they have done so many things against pressure cookers, against iron boxes, against the certification that they got ISI, whether the standards are met or not. So many things they have done and still they are doing it. What I wanted to impress upon you, that there are some people who are very active, like Murthy Garu. They go on doing it for the benefit of the consumers. What is our role? What we have to do? As the elite part of the society, as the educated group of the society, are we really responding to it? What kind of provisions we have? So Consumer Protection Act 2019, repealing the earlier Copra Act 1986, now a new act has come. You have a machinery, quasi-judicial machinery is there. You have organizational system is there to provide access to the justice. I don't know how many of you know that there is a provision of redressal. When you prove that somebody has deceived you, somebody has indulged in, say, unfair trade practice, and because of that you got some loss, suffered some pain or stress or agony, there is a mechanism to compensate you. And the justice is at free of cost. Now the new act gave a lot of teeth to the administrative machinery to help you. And you can file a case against anybody anywhere in the country. You need not go there. Through video conferencing you can attend and you can redress your grievance. Such a wide opportunities are given to every one of you. So you have to first understand what the legal provisions that we have, what the administrative mechanism we have, how we have to react and respond, what is the nearest office to connect with. You should get educated by yourself, and then you should educate the others in the society. That is the responsibility. All of you should shoulder as the people who are in the higher education. Society is investing in you. This is one way you can give back to the society the knowledge, awareness, so that their health and other interests are protected. If you allow certain things to happen on its own, like every one of us know, fast foods with a lot of chemical content is hazardous to health. But we are least concerned, least bothered, and we are creating a lot of demand for them, buying ill health. You are buying ill health, and then you are going to the hospital, you are purchasing medicines, and when you touch the hospital, again you have a problem, that they will tell you more diseases than what you have. They will prescribe you more medicine than what you require, and you are purchasing them. This cycle is going on, and finally your fitness, your health, your energy, your potential, everything is lost. So you have to educate the people what to consume, how much to consume, what is essential, what is necessary, and how they can manage their life qualitatively. This is nothing but protection of the consumer interest. Making them consume right products and right services in the right way to the right extent, not going beyond. So that the natural resources that we have can be exploited well to the potential, and we can preserve these resources for future generations. We will not allow the environment to get polluted with all these spurious commodities and the pharmaceuticals that are coming up. Advanced countries already realized. Many countries banned the use of antibiotics. And the first thing our doctor do is prescribing antibiotic for anything that you do. When it is not good for certain class of people, how it becomes good for you? The banned and rejected products are finding market in this country because people are not aware, and the traders are exploiting the situation. So that kind of situation we have to address. And on this occasion, my appeal to all the students present here: listen carefully the resource persons that we have. Understand the literature is available on consumer protection. Study the Consumer Protection Act 2019. It is written in a very simple language, not in a legal terminology is not used there. Try to know what are unfair trade practices. Try to know the grievance redressal procedure. Try to know the administrative mechanism very close to you. Try to know the consumer organizations close to you present. And in every place you have a few very vibrant consumer activists. Try to take their numbers. And whenever you notice that even for a small thing you are exploited, try to raise your voice. Try to put it on paper and send it. And if you have observed, it is not yours and somebody else you have observed, try to write to the commissioner or to other people, whoever in the mechanism, that this is happening. If possible, you take action. Sometimes out of 100, 5 or 6 actions will be taken, that is good enough. Better than 0. So develop a habit of writing the exploitations that you have observed anywhere, so that the issue come to the notice of the authorities, they can work on. So try to activate yourself and do certain justice for the consumer protection, and the act that is which gave you the rights and powers, make use of it. Thank you very much. And with these few opening remarks, I call upon Ms. Shravani to introduce the chief guest.